because you brought up being scared. And I was thinking about like some of the times in my life when I've been the scaredest. Is that a word? Scaredest?
The scaredest, yes.
The most scared.
The most scared.
Right. The times in my life when I've been the most scared. I remember watching the original It.
Yes.
That was a mini series back in the day. I was petrified in that. Like I remember watching that and just being like, I don't think I can go to bed. Like I was frozen in fear over that stupid clown.
Yeah.
And for years, like it was something that totally got me. Even when the new ones came out and we watched them, it was so interesting because I can watch like, you know, scary stuff. We watch scary movies every now and then. They're not like our go-to genre, but it's good stuff. And they didn't scare me, but I also acknowledged that I wasn't fully in them.
Okay.
So I could feel that I was keeping something up between me and those movies.
Okay.
So I could watch them and enjoy them and, you know, whatever,
like
right?
Protection.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I also did not allow myself to like be totally immersed in those movies. Because when I watch a movie that I really like, and truthfully, it's not even a movie I really like. When I just watch a movie, right? There's bad movies that I get totally immersed in. But it's the same thing where if I'm watching something, I'm like completely immersed into the world, right? And that's why stuff's really scary sometimes because I'm like, oh my God. And I remember when the new ones came out, keeping myself out of that full immersion subconsciously almost. Like I can only look back now and recognize it because I didn't have awareness that I was doing it in the moment.
With the new ones, with the new It?
Yeah, the ones that are like in the last decade. No, because I didn't
because you had
be fully immersed in them.
You had your like scary movie chastity belt.
Yes. Scary movie chastity belt.
The new one didn't really get me, but the first one terrified me as well. And it's funny that you mentioned that because how we were talking about our outfits and getting them ready when because you were going between, you can see your ruffles.
Yes.
And then your wrist ones. It was like, are we going to switch those? And you had it switched. Your first option.
Oh yeah.
That you had around your throat, your first one made it look like the ruffles
like
of a clown. And you're like, which one? I'm like, not that one.
Yeah.
It immediately made me think of it. And I'm like, oh, sorry. Yeah. And I was like, no, absolutely not. So the second one, it didn't get me as like, really, I thought it was they focused on gore instead of horror.
Yeah.
And it wasn't very scary. The first one terrified me. But when you put on it was like that part where he just kind of like transitioned slowly. It was like that one piece at a time where he noticed they was wearing the shoes. So I see this, and then you walk in, and then you've got the purple ruffle that looks like a clown. And my brain was like, nope,
yeah.
Nope.
Yeah, it's interesting. And obviously I'm so scared of that clown, that movie, that whole thing, right? Because of that moment way back when I was like, you know, I've got to Google. Let me Google. When it originally came out.
I'm not sure when it originally came out.
Because I want to know how old I was.
Yeah. So while you're looking at that, that's a pretty intense. Do you have like some of the moments where you were the scaredest that you
1990.
1990?
So I was 9 years old. I would have thought I was younger.
Yeah. That's funny. Me too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was going to say I was like 7 or 8, but 9's pretty close.
9's pretty close.
Yeah. Yeah. That's hard.
Yeah.
It was super scary. I hated it.
Also, like, what was a 9-year-old? What are 9, 10-year-olds doing watching that?
Right.
But
it's
I did.
A long list of things that I shouldn't have been watching.
I don't remember where I watched it the first time.
You don't watch it when it happened on TV?
No, I did. I just don't remember. Like, I remember watching it on TV, and then we got it on tape.
Okay.
And it's funny, even though it scared the crap out of me, I watched it over and over again.
We've talked about that before, where it's like the ability to like numb out with because we're so addicted to the dopamine and all of those chemicals because of the trauma and the chaos and the adrenaline.
Yeah. Stephen King was my bedtime stories.
Right.
Like exactly. Cujo, all of that. The Silver Bullet was not my bedtime story. Silver Bullet was like, no.
Was that a Stephen King one?
Yes. And I could not. That one wasn't like, I didn't watch that one on repeat. I was like, that one scared me to my core.
What's your favorite Stephen King, not novel, but movie?
Movie.
Because I can't do novels because I didn't read them a lot.
Let's see. Probably The Stand.
Yeah.
The first one.
Yeah.
The first one. And I am still.
That was another miniseries on TV.
That was. And I'm still holding out for The Talisman. Is it The Talisman or The Talisman? I say it wrong. The Talisman. I'm still holding out.
I think
The Talisman's my favorite Stephen King book.
I think they did it already.
They did not.
Okay.
There was at one point where they talked about it.
Okay.
And that was like, I don't know, a long time ago. And I'm still waiting on that, Mr. King. Mr. King, don't make Nadia come after you. She's bringing Laszlo. Like, no, like, please, can we have The Talisman?
Yeah.
I want that. I want a movie. I want to watch like a really good, like you bring it all. Like, this is the one. This is the one.
Do you want like a Lord of the Rings for Talisman? A multi, or you just want a good long 2.5 hour?
I don't know. Well, I was going to say I want the movie.
Okay.
And then I want the series.
Okay.
So I want both. So maybe something like.
I'm not familiar with the book.
It's the best book.
Is it? I
ever.
started it once.
Yeah.
Because of your reaction here.
Because of me?
Yeah. Because you've got your copy. I was going to read it. And then I got like a chapter or two in.
Yeah.
Yeah. Reading and me don't really mix.
I think it was actually my mom's copy, and I believe I've since returned it.
Okay. Well,
and if not, then
I'm not
she's going to be like, I knew you had it late. Give my book. No, she won't be like that. But I think I've returned it. Although I'm going to have to go look, or Stevie might have it. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. We all kind of shared my mom's Stephen King love for Stephen King and books that went
was
around.
Handed down.
Yeah. We're a Stephen King family.
To come up with a scary story.
Okay.
I'm trying to think about like some real paranormal stuff that I've experienced.
Okay.
And I can't think of anything.
Okay. That's funny. I wonder, like, you're activated right now because obviously you have stories. Yeah, and I've heard you tell me stories, and don't ask me to tell you
the stories. Tell your stories.
No, you get to tell your own stories.
Can you remember one of my stories?
Not right now.
Okay.
I came to this with the assignment of I bring my stories.
You look so good.
And you bring yours. Thank you.
We were meant to be. We were meant to be.